Wow, what a week in wrestling. We saw some great stuff, some not so great stuff, and a whole hour-long match. I'll be talking about all the things that happened this week in the news. And of course, I'll be doing a mega review of AEW Blood and Guts that happened this Wednesday on Dynamite. All in this week in wrestling, and it's episode 3, and it's happening right now. Let's go. Hello everybody, my Slickers, and welcome back to This Week in Wrestling. It's episode 3, and it's a little bit different this week. The main majority of this review will all be about AEW Blood and Guts. To start off, I will be talking about the little things that happen in the news, majority of WWE stuff that happened this week in wrestling, of course, but the majority will be the review. Let's just get started with Brock Lesnar, F5 in Cody Rhodes into the his mother. What a knob. The Cody Rhodes Brock Lesnar rivalry is heating up. Some people call it stale. I like it. I'm a fan. We'll get into that later on in the SummerSlam season, though, because they will be obviously having a match, the rubber match, the final match, hopefully, at SummerSlam in a what I think will be a quite intriguing and entertaining match, nonetheless. We also had Dominic Mysterio picking up the North American Championship at NXT on Tuesday, and what has caused a little bit of stir. A little bit like, what's going on? Picked up from Wesley, it's like, not sure what's going on there. The storyline was picking up a little bit of, it was getting there with a different feud on NXT. It's been taken away to give it to Dominic Mysterio, but I quite like it. I like the fact that Judgment Day, apart from Finn, have all got gold around, or got something around them. Priest has obviously got the Money in the Bank, Rhea's got the Women's Championship, and Dom's got the North American Championship. And do you know what? The Judgment Day have been kind of breaking the scenes in NXT recently, so that is kind of a good idea, and I quite like it. I think, give it some time. Wesley will win it back from Dominic Mysterio eventually, and I think they'll continue their feud, continue his feud in NXT. Of course, AEW Dynamite had Blood and Guts. We'll be talking about that in the next segment, but we have to talk about it. SmackDown happened. We had the Bloodline, the Tribal Court. We had basically the main segment for Roman and Jay's match. And it's Tribal Combat. It's time for Tribal Combat. Nonetheless, that's what we're getting. Good segment here. Paul on his knees. Paul Heyman's on his knees. So there's the guy who's confused. Roman and Jay are going to have a banger match at SummerSlam to determine the real Tribal Chief, which I think will be Roman Reigns. But it'll be great nonetheless, and I think it'll be a great match. But the main thing that happened on SmackDown, LA Knight lost his triple threat match to Rey Mysterio, which means he's not going to be at SummerSlam fighting for the United States Championship at all, let alone losing it that night. He's not going to be there at all. Interesting decisions there. Not sure about it. Hot as ever. High and mighty. But is his politics getting in the way? There's a lot of rumours and a lot of backstage politics that potentially is going on. LA Knight could be winding up a few people that could be derailing his push. However, I have some things to say about that. In wrestling history, when have you seen a wrestler not distribute a few backstage politics? Is what wrestling has become. The man that was Shawn Michaels in the 90s got exactly what he wanted. Got titles, got history moments, got main events, and he was a knob backstage. He was an absolute dick. But then it was fine with them. He was fine with that. Hi, the company. Fresh of age. But he was a knob. He was a dick. But he still got what he wanted. Interesting now that LA Knight's starting to get a bit of heat, starting to get a bit of push. That now they're coming out with these stories that there's backstage rumours. There's backstage politics. Not sure. Not sure about that. interesting to see. But he ain't going to SummerSlam, I don't think, and he ain't going to win the United States Championship anytime soon, so we'll have to see what his push happens, whether it's going to be pushed down the card. That could be where his push goes. We'll see, though, as we head into the main event, which is the AEW Blood and Guts review. And, of course, this review will be from start to finish of the match. We're talking about the big spots that happened in the match, and then the main ending. We'll get to. Let's get it started then. AEW Blood and Guts happened, and it started with Claudio Castagnoli as the first member of BCC, and Kenny Omega, the first man of the Golden Elite. Good way to start the match, in my opinion. Having two very cardio-based wrestlers to start the match to go all the way through. Kenny and Claudio had a great little start, back and forth, hard-hitting action. Obviously nothing too mental because obviously of the rules of the match. No one can submit or surrender until everybody is in the match. So this started off a nice quick pace, a nice action-based, good hard-hitting action indeed. And then the BCC's second member, they had the advantage, and it was the bloody bastard Pac. Pac arrived, and he was in the Blood and Guts match. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. He's Geordie. But Pac appeared in the match, and they just brutalised Kenny Omega for 3 minutes. They battered the man. They battered with hard-hitting action. Just good handicap action. They just tore down Kenny until he got his advantage back. And it was some good stuff. Some good stuff indeed. But he did get some backup in the likes of Hangman Adam Page, which was the second member of Golden Elite. And he came in and he was flying around the ring. He was going all over the place. He did springboard moonsaults off the top of the cage, or not off the top of the cage, from the cage to Claudio. Some great hard-hitting action with Pac. It was some good stuff. They had some good back and forth between each other. Some good simultaneous action with Kenny and Adam. They had some great stuff. They had some great action, and it was good. It was good to watch. I enjoyed this little interaction between these guys. I thought it was a great moment indeed, and I mean, just shows that these guys are at the top of the game when it comes to this. Pac and Claudio did have a little moment together, where they did have a little mishap, which would play into little things later on. But it was good stuff nonetheless. And then BCC got their advantage back. And what an advantage to have. It was John Moxley. And what did he do? He came out with a fork. With a fucking fork. Came out with a fork. The madman that is John Moxley. It's truly made this blood and guts. He started stabbing everyone with fork. Gave Claudio a flagging fork. And Claudio was just stabbing people with a fork. It was a fucking night. Do you know what I mean? It was good stuff indeed. And it was good stuff. It was good fun watching John Moxley just batter people with a fork. It was fun. And then John Moxley got to buck it out. He got to fucking buck it out. And what did he get? A broken glass. Broken glass! Tick fuck chants happened as well. And John Moxley just laid out this broken glass. And just slammed everyone through it. Well, actually, he didn't. We'll get into that in a minute as well. Because the next person that came in to help the Golden Elite was Nick Jackson. And he drop kicked from the top turnbuckle John Moxley straight into that glass. And then the glass action happened, and it was just constant slamming into the glass, boom, boom, boom. Some great action. Nick Jackson just came in and tore the house down, to be fair. A lot of limping, jumping clotheslines over the top to all members of the BCC. It was a great entrance from Nick. He just came in and just tore people down. Helping Kenny and Adam, and they just had a great back and forth between each other. Some good hard-hitting stuff as well. And then Wheeler Yuta came out, and it was fun. He came out and he got in and he did some good stuff, just some great stuff. Got the crowd hyped as he could, and well, not hyped, but he tried to take the piss. So again, getting people in the glass, and he also brought out a chair as well, which happened. which was good. He just started smacking people with it. It was good. I think his personally, it's kind of what goes into my gripe about this match, and I think they should add this as a proper pay-per-view, because the ad happened while he was making his entrance, and then the chair hits and everything like that wasn't actually in the show. Well, I'm lucky because I'm a UK viewer and I watched it on Fight, so I can see it going to happen. But the ad break was happening in the middle of it, and it was weird. It was weird, to be honest with you, but it was fine nonetheless, and he did his thing. And then, of course, Matt Jackson came out to equal the playing field. Some good stuff. Some great stuff indeed. Just some good tag team action, obviously, between the two, showing what they can do. The Young Bucks are great. I think the Young Bucks are a great talent, and then they're good. They get torn apart by Jim Cornette, but who cares about Jim Cornette? A lot of people probably. But they came in and did some good stuff. I say a lot of good stuff because I wouldn't say there was anything majorly spot-tastic about it, but it was some good stuff, good wrestling between the guys. It was then the shit hit the fan when Takeshita came out. Obviously started battering people, but then Jon Moxley brought out a bed of nails. Is he alright in the head? I don't know. But he brought out a bed of nails, put him on. He could fucking put him, sir! Do you know what I mean? Drop kick straight into the nails. Then he got body slammed onto the nails. The nails was a big factor into this, and it just made the match extra brutal, to say the least. Wow. His match, to be there, was great. Just non-stop action, spot. Brutality with the glass, brutality with a bed of fucking nails, steel chairs. A lot more to come because the last member of the BCC was obviously Kota Ibushi. He's not wrestled in a while, and you can tell a little bit, but he was fine. He wasn't rapid match pace, but he was there. Good stuff indeed. Came out equal the playing field for the final time, and obviously this match is where it goes because this is where the match technically started. But Wheeler Yuta was on the outside trying to attack Kota Ibushi as he arrived, but then one of the Jacksons, I can't actually remember which one it was now. I think it was Matt. Could be Nick, but I think it was Matt. Came up to try and stop Yuta from doing this, and he did so. They started having a back and forth, and then they went on top of the Blood and Guts cage. Fucking ridiculous. They started having a bit of a battle. Teased, throwing Wheeler Yuta teased, throwing Matt over the top, down the sides, which would have been fucking mental. Throwing him off the cage with nothing there, just on the floor. Ow. Which was incredible, to be honest with you. But then Wheeler went, fuck that, and walked off and climbed down the cage. Matt stayed up top though, and we'll see where that goes in a bit. When he came in, we had trash cans, shit going off the fan. Crazy scenes, and then Matt, what did he get? He's got a bag. As it looked like Claudio and Pac are about to suplex a couple of guys. In come the thumbtacks, and he pulls it down the little gaps, the little holes in the cage at the top, and it just fills the ring. And then Claudio and Pac get their backs put on the tacks. It was good nonetheless, and it was great. It was good stuff, fucking great stuff. More trash cans happened. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good spots. They got a table out. In fact, they didn't have enough. They had bed of nails, they had forks, they had glass, they had a chair, they had a trash can, they had thumbtacks, but they still needed more, so they got a table out. And this was a great spot. It was in the middle of the ring, well, middle of the in between two rings, the middle of it, and it was Pac that was swinging from the top and 2 foot stomped. I think it was Nick Jackson through the table. It just made this match extra. This is awesome chance, fight forever chance. It was good stuff. This match was heating up at this point. But this is where it turns for me. It turns into a bit of a rushed ending. We're going into the finish now, and Claudio had mistakenly hit Pac again like he did the first time at the early rounds of the match when Pac first entered. And Pac had enough. Pac was like, "No, Claudio, I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it. You're doing this too much. It's too much. This is too much for me to handle." And he just went like this to everyone. Fingers. He did that to everyone and said, "See you later." As he walked on out, left the rest of the BCC to fend for themselves. And he said, "I'm done with the match," and went away. He walked off. He walked out. He picked the BCC picked Pac, and he walked out. This was a bit rushed, in my opinion. I didn't understand. This was like the second time that Claudio hit him. At least have it in the match that he did it four or five times, and it looked like he maybe had been a little bit on purpose. And then Pac goes, "Alright," but he hit him twice, and both on actual accident. I know Pac's a bastard, but he was a bit weirdly of a bastard here. It didn't click with me this bit as he walked out. Then the match was just turned into chaos. It was just going crazy, and then it was just, you know, the handcuffs came in, and they started handcuffing the BCC. They got deleted, and it just started to take control. And this is when Don Callis, the Dick, arrived. He was on commentary since Takeshita appeared, and it took Takeshita out of the match, just like that. Nothing exceeding it, nothing before it, nothing to say, "Oh, Takeshita, get out." Just went, "See you later," and pulled him out of the match. Not sure about this, lads. Not sure about it. I didn't like it. Do you know why I didn't like it? Because it was so rushed. It wasn't even bloody seen on the cameras until later. Commentary had to keep on saying it, and then I have to say the camera work was shit. I'm sorry. I love AEW. I think it's a great promotion. I think it's a great company, and they're some of the best wrestling I've ever seen. But the camera work is shocking sometimes. They don't capture a lot of the stuff they don't see. And then, too late, and then Callis takes away Takeshita. Weird. And then, obviously, the elite, just BCC, just absolutely dominating the BCC in the ending, was them all choking Wheeler Yuta with a chain on the ropes. Just choking him out. And that was your ending. Go on, elite win. It's where the review gets weird for me. It's where it gets weird because it was a good match with some great spots. The bed of nails, the glass, the tacks, the trash can, the 2-foot stomp from the table. Just some great wrestling action just overall in general. But the weird storyline aspects of the match took it out for me. Pac going, "I'm having enough." After getting hit twice. It just seemed weird. And then it just goes out. And then Callis just takes away Takeshita with nothing really happening to him. If he was getting brutalised and battered at handicap, like 3 of them was just going off him, I get it. But nothing was really going on to him. And Callis just goes, "I'll take him." Not sure about it. I'm really not sure about that way. And then the finish, obviously, choking Wheeler out with the chain. I don't really see that much of an issue. The whole point of the ending of the match is to submit or surrender. And he couldn't, he had to surrender because he was getting absolutely choked out. I don't mind that bit of the ending. Do you know what I mean? But the overall storyline aspect to get to the ending, I didn't like. So it's really weird for me to say what this match is. Because without that bit, and a good ending with that, you can have Pac walk out. I don't mind that. Or even get Takeshita out. But the way they got them out, I didn't like. And that's just my opinion. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comments, obviously. I don't know. I think this was a good Blood and Guts match. But it wasn't amazing. It wasn't world class. It wasn't the best. It wasn't... I'm trying to think if it was the best Blood and Guts match. But this is the issue with the Blood and Guts match. Every year, this blood and guts match has happened. There's been something that's gone wrong, or something that people have said that isn't good about it, and that could be better. Is that what's wrong with this blood and guts concept? Is that what's wrong with this match? I don't know. The action was great, the spots was great, the moments and everything involved in the wrestling was great, but the storyline aspects of the match took it out. And I think that's where it went wrong. So overall, this match for me, this Blood and Guts AEW match of 2023 was good. Not great, not amazing, not awful, but good. Good, but could have been better. And that's my overall feelings of this match. If you'd agree, disagreed, let me know in the comments down below. I would like to know your opinions of this, because I think it's cool to have different opinions, and I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked the way that they took out, liked the ending, liked the match overall, or didn't like it at all, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't just be knobs and be like WWE fanboys and be like, they stole this match! It's War Games! Shut up. Just shut up. Okay. And there we go. That was This Week in Wrestling. Episode 3! Consistent me! Who's this? Yeah. It's been great to do this. I've enjoyed this a lot. Thank you so much. Obviously, recently I did my 500 video special. If you haven't checked that out, do so if you want. It's up to you. But we're back on the wrestling grind now, and it's great to see. Next week, we're back with it, obviously. Monday, Wednesday. And I'm not sure if I'm going to upload Friday as well. But obviously Sunday next week. Maybe Friday I will do. But we'll see. It is my birthday next Friday. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, ta-ra!